Hello, everyone, and good morning. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 7A. Myself, Richa Shah, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Sustainable Development ICT4SD 2024, Goa, India. The ninth edition of this conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event is organized today in Goa, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, 8th and 9th of August. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we will have 10 presentations, and each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answers. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants to stay connected with us till the closing remarks. And if you have any query or update, you can write it to me in the chat box. So before we start with the session, I'd like to introduce you all to our session chair. Dr. Nitin Sathe. Sir is currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Engineering of Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology. He has published more than 30 research articles, reputed journals with SCIE, Web of Science, and Scopus Indexing. He also published more than 100 books. His research interests include data science, machine learning, computer networks, and IoT. Now I'd like to start with the papers. I'd like to call Ishita Jain for her paper titled A Study on Existing Deep Learning Models for Deepfake Detection. Ma'am, can you please start with your presentation?
Hello, Richa ma'am. My screen is visible.
Yes, the screen is visible.
Warm greetings to everyone present here. I am going to present paper 37, which is a study on existing deep learning models for deepfake detection. Agenda for this presentation includes introduction to deepfakes and deepfake generation. Then I'm going to walk you through general methodology followed in deepfake detection. Then we discuss some benchmark data sets and then the common model used for detection. Some ethics and implications of deepfakes followed by the research gaps we found during this study. Then we will wrap this presentation up by conclusion and futures. What are deepfakes? Deepfake originates from two words, deep from deep learning and fake meaning forgery. Deepfake is basically media generated through utilization of deepfake methods that overlay images or audios of target individual onto content of a different person. As you can see here, we have a source image and we have a target face. This target face gets imposed on the source image to get this fake image. How are deepfakes generated? Deepfake technology has evolved from its early roots in deep learning, from implementing basic deep learning models to now implementing generative adversarial networks, which are known as GANs, which is a powerful and accessible tool to the public. There are two components in GAN, which is a generator and a discriminator. The generator takes real images and introduces some random noise to these real images to create fake images. These fake images are then provided to the discriminator, which compares these fake images to the real images to get the probability of realism of these fake images. This probability or this realism measure is then fed into the generator and discriminator again to fine-tune this model. This makes GAN a very powerful tool for generating these mediums. Now, the methodology followed by papers usually is as given in this flowchart. First, we have input, which are usually .mp4 extension, since we are focusing on video deepfake technology. These input or data set are then fed into data pre-processing model. which divides this video into a series of images, which does face extraction, cropping, etc. of these videos so that the feature can be extracted accurately. These preprocessed data are then fed into the feature extraction model, which extracts spatial or temporal data from these images or videos. These features are fed into classification model, which classifies this data or this feature table into two categories, namely real or fake. The accuracy of the prediction is used for evaluation of a model. The very first steps in deepfake detection involve the selection of datasets. Datasets are given to the model for training and as well as for testing. Here we have included some 5 benchmark datasets which are very popular among the deepfake technology detection. So one of the most popular one is DFDC. On the third row, we can see it stands for Deepfake Detection Challenge, and it is available publicly on Google. We can see the number of real and fake images, and it is highly imbalanced. The fake actually is a big majority over real videos. There are methods of generation. It uses GANs. And we can also see Face Forensics Plus Plus, which is also a very popular data set. It uses face swap, face-to-face, neural textures, etc. for the generation of deepfakes. These and many more datasets can be found in our paper, which we have analyzed and studied. Now, some model for detection. How are model for detection built? The most common type of model that is used for feature extraction step in deepfake detection model were found to be CNN, which stand for convolutional neural networks. These are well suited for capturing data from images, as they can capture spatial hierarchy of features like low-level features as well as high-level features. And it is well known for extracting features from images. Now, these features are then fed into classifiers like SPM or KNN to classify it into two categories. On the right-hand side, you can see the analysis of various papers that we have done in this study. These and many more can be found in our paper. In order to capture temporal features, since we are considering videos, so we need to know the changes as the video proceeds with time. So we need to have temporal features. CNN are usually used in combination with LSTM, which stands for long short-term memory, which extracts temporal features and also classifies this data. The combination of CNN and LSTM actually proved to be very accurate in terms of deepfake detection. We are well aware of the impacts of deepfake on our society. We see news articles everywhere of how deepfakes are actually impacting our society. Some of the societal implications are misinformation, trust erosion, political manipulation, in which the face of a politician is actually imposed on an offensive video to sway the public to a particular opinion. There is reputation damage, personal harm, privacy issues, and identity theft and fraud in terms of authentication. The Indian government is also working on some devising some regulations for deepfakes. Some of the suggestions that we can give are defining some legal standard for the usage of deepfakes, accountability and liability of the media that is being circulated in platforms, and monitoring and enforcements on behalf of the platform. Although there are a lot of efforts made to detect deepfakes, there are many research gaps, such as lack of generalization across data sets. So one model that is being trained on one type of data set could not perform well on another type of data set. There is a low quality deepfake are actually not very much detected by the high quality models. There is a limited diversity in training data sets. There are a lot of computational constraints since building these models takes a lot of resources and time. And real-time detection is still a challenge when someone actually uses deepfake in real time for interviews or for online authentication purposes. The conclusion is in recent years, the rapid advancement of deepfake technologies fueled by deep learning algorithms has reached unprecedented levels. Hence, the deepfake detection holds immense importance right now in our society. Through an analysis of various techniques proposed in our research paper, we have highlighted the diverse approaches employed to tackle the growing advancement of deepfake technology. We have also determined the characteristics of benchmark datasets used for evaluating deepfake detection models, emphasizing their roles in benchmarking and advancing research in this field. As for the future scope, this study could include comparative analysis between different models used. These could also include the analysis of resources used like memory, GPU, time, rather than just accuracy metrics. With this, we wrap this presentation. Thank you for your time and patience. We are grateful for this opportunity given to us. Please let us know any questions you might have.
Madam, what was the size of the data set that you used for
Uh,
making sure the learning is successful?
so this is actually a study. It is an analysis of already existing methods. But
Okay,
from the study, we have seen that this DFDC dataset actually is of size around 50 GB, and it is divided into many subfolders or sub datasets, which are around 5 GB each. This we are also used phase forensics plus plus for one of our models. This is also around 5 to 8 GB.
okay, and your final classification result was only like two classes, right? Real or fake?
Yes, it's a binary classification problem.
Right. Okay. All right. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation.
Thank
Now we
Just stop
can,
sharing.
sorry.
I'll stop sharing. Just a second.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we can move on to the next presentation. I'd like to call Ms. Manisha Nirkure for a paper titled Augmenting Learning in the Theory of Computation Through Student-Created Short Videos. Ma'am, can you please start with your paper? Ma'am, if you're facing any technical issues, then we can move on to the next presentation and you can present it later.
Yes, that's better.
Okay.
ओके
Yeah.
मनीषा तयारी कर मी सांगेल हां नाही बसू देणार मी तुम्हाला परीक्षेला
Rashmi
काल
ma'am,
मी
please
तुम्हाला कॉल केले होते
off your mic.
प्रत्येकाला
Richa, let's
So
proceed.
yes, sir. So I'd like to call Mr. Sejal Kombe for her paper titled Enhancing Healthcare Ecosystem, Cloud-Based Blood Bank System for Efficient Communication and Collaboration Between Blood Bank and Donors. Ma'am, can you please start with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning to everyone. My name is Sejal Kumbe, paper present in ICT4SD 2024 conference. My paper title is Cloud-Based Blood Bank System for Efficient Communication and Collaboration Between Blood Banks and Donor. Paper ID is 103. Research author guided by Professor Shailesh Gahane, and I am Sejal Kumbe, student of MCA 4th semester at School of Allied Science, Varda. These are the content: introduction, literature review, research gap, need for system, proposed methodology, objective of research, conclusion, reference. First is introduction. The cloud-based online blood bank system is a web-based application designed to efficiently manage blood donation and distribution process. It will provide an accessible platform for donors, blood banks, and hospitals to coordinate and ensure a steady supply of blood products. Cloud-based blood bank can be useful in emergency blood supply since they allow for central and fast access to donor data and location from nearly any place and device. Because practically everyone have a cell phone and hence it allow to real-time location tracking and communication. Online blood bank could be termed as a lifesaver. Next is literature review. In this literature review, we refer 21 papers. I have mentioned here only 5 papers. First is cloud, a cloud-based blood bank management system for improved efficiency and accessibility. In this paper, with the goal of enhancing the effectiveness and usability of blood bank services, a centralized database of blood donors, blood banks, and hospitals is intended to be made available by the system. Second is smart platform for data blood bank management. In this paper, they propose a clever platform-oriented approach that will build a strong blood supply chain and meet the objective of lowering blood wastage and storage. Third is online blood bank system using blockchain technology. In this paper, the system store blood donation record on a private Ethereum blockchain. Fourth is investigation and development of data acquisition system for blood bank. According to the study, the majority of blood banks operate independently, which could lead to a waste of donated blood. Fifth is as-based blood bank system using cloud technique. This paper presents a system that incorporates the concept of database encryption using as algorithm to ensure user data security and confidentiality. Next is research gap. Here are some research gap according to the literature review. Identifying research gap for an online blood bank system is crucial for its effectiveness. Key area include improved data security integrity with healthcare system and deployed robust user authentication. Additionally, enhance real-time inventory management, mobile accessibility, and donor requirement strategies need further study. Addressing these gaps can lead to a more sure, efficient, and accessible blood donation system, ultimately saving more lives. Next is need for system. First is enhanced safety. Enhanced safety by ensuring through donor screening, accurate blood matching, and infection testing, which safeguard both donor and recipients. Next is optimize inventory management. It optimizes inventory management by continuously monitoring blood type, expiration date, and location, preventing shortage and waste. Next is accessibility. And increase accessibility, the system also ensure quotable access to blood practically in remote or disaster prone area. Next is data driven decision making. It supports data driven decision making by analyzing donor pattern and stock level, adding in source distribution and anticipating shortage. Next is collaboration and communication. Cloud based solution further improve collaboration and real-time communication among blood bank and hospitals, ensuring efficient blood distribution. Proposed methodology. These are the structure of Google Cloud messaging on blood bank system. First donor first register, and then after registration donor can donate his blood. On in our research paper, one are going to the tracking mechanism to the donor with the usage of Google Cloud messaging services. The database get fulfilled. The Google Cloud messaging through the gate location and hospital data will also track and also continuously monitoring the data. No user could access any detail of donor without being a member of system. Only hospitals, blood banks should be able to see the contact detail of donor. Next is proposed step for a cloud-based online blood bank system. First is system requirement analysis. Identify specific needs and challenge faced by the medical facility or blood bank. Second is cloud infrastructure step setup. Select a cloud provider based on security, scalability, reliability, and cost. Third is database design. Create a schema to manage donor data, blood inventory, and transfusion record. Fourth is application development. Build and deploy web and mobile app for donor management, inventory tracking, and communication. Fifth is data migration. Transfer existing blood bank data to the cloud, ensuring integrity and consistency. Sixth is user training. Train staff, hospital personnel, and donors on using the cloud-based system. Seventh is system monitoring. Continuously track system perform.
Excuse me, ma'am. Just a gentle reminder that 7 minutes are over. Can you please just wrap up?
Okay, ma'am. Conclusion. In conclusion, cloud computing holds immense promise for transferring blood management system leading to a more efficient, equitable, and safer blood supply for patients worldwide. Future advancement in cloud-based blood management solution will further enhance the patient care, optimize resource utilization, and revolutionize the field of blood banking. The main purpose of the paper is interconnect all the blood bank hospitals donors into the single network. These are the reference. Total paper refer 21 out of here we mention 5 references. Thank you.
Which cloud services you have used, Sejal? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Cloud computing.
But which cloud? Which cloud services you have used?
Google Cloud Messaging Service.
Okay, all right. Richa, we can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation. Uh, ma'am,
Yeah. Am I audible now?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. You can start.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Manisha Nergude, and along with my co-author, Rashmi Dikshit. So here I'm presenting the experiment in the field of ICT over there. So augmenting learning in the theory of computation through the student created short videos in teaching learning. So as we know, before start, I will give a prologue that we are having professional learning community at our institute that has been established to promote the active learning and content generation use of ICT in the for the better or the blended teaching learning. And that's why we are practicing this education technology in delivering the contents in the course curriculum. Coming back to theory of computation, so as we know that computer science and engineering has many courses interconnected to each other, which will lead to the many applications. So this one of the courses theory of computation, who has some basics in like finite automata machine or the context-free grammar, which will be applicable in text processing, then artificial intelligence, and of course the basics of many programming languages, hardware design, compiler. But the observation of this is that students often face challenge in comprehending the concepts of theory of computation or formal systems and automata. Now, why they feel so? First thing is that the abstract nature of this particular course, abstract and theoretical nature of this course. Now, some of the time, traditional approach used in the teaching learning like chalk and talk, blackboard teaching, and so on. One more thing that we have all observed in teaching learning is that COVID-19 pandemic has significantly accelerated the adoption of digital learning tools, both by teacher as well learner. And many now the students or the learners are shifting towards this digital form or the e-contents over there. So students are immersed in digital landscape. So what is the prior work to this is that by teaching this theory of computation, many approaches are used by these practitioners or the researchers, or you can say teachers, like they have used gamification, teaching the think pair share system, micro learning approach, and so on. Also, some of the ICT tools like Lego Next, Robo, ITS tools, JFlab has been also used for the better understanding of this concepts of theory of computation. But where is the gap is that in that research, no one has created this videos, right? Students has not created their own videos, or the content creation is not done by students, which has been not embedded with the instructional strategy in the course of engineering. And that's why we have come up with one solution is that we have used here collaborative learning as an instructional strategy, and understanding the growing inclination towards the video content in this area of social media, we have brought the students, or we have emphasized this in creation of video contents by students themselves. So this problem has been overcome, that better understanding of TOC concepts, that integration of student created short videos covering the various topics within the course to enhance the learning outcomes and to create more immersive and enjoyable experience, especially for the course of TOC. So what was the classroom environment? Before we start, so this particular course is at the second year BTech CSE and even IT. And the class strength for this course was 72. So generally in this was a blended teaching. So what faculty does is that faculty use chalk and talks method for explaining the concepts and so on. Illustrated the many various machines, that is abstract machines step by step with accompanying the machine drawings. So you can say that while solving, these are some of the samples because we find the diversified students with varying skills and perspectives. Some of the students will draw these drawings or will design the automata very neat and clear. Some will be very messy and so on. So as a result, what happens is that student finds a challenge and they often struggle to comprehend their own notes during the examination. Despite the information available online, offline, student finds it very difficult and leading to the more failures in this course as compared to the other course. And that's why recognizing the need of independent practice at one's own pace, because again, some are the advanced learners and some are slow learners. So they require their own pace. They require the material. They require to understand, though the material is available, they should understand it. So we have emphasized on student created videos emerging as a valuable solution. Also, the researchers in education technology has already proved that collaborative learning is one of the approach which involves the students working together in groups to achieve the common goals. They will share the knowledge and solve the problems. This will, of course, encourage active participation and it will enhance the learning experience. So this is the strategy that we have used. So what actually we did is that, so the collaborative environment is started with team formation and topic selection. So it was given the chance, students, at least 4 to 5 students will form a group and they will select a topic selection. Of course, there can be the topics like transition of DFA, then extended transition DFA or the Clean's theorem, ambiguous grammar, and so on. So students have formed the teams, they have selected the topics, then they define the scripts for this. So script will involve, of course, the explanation of the concept. So these are some of the screenshots of the videos that students has been created by themselves. So they have written a script, they have written a content, they have created their videos, and then peer feedback was given by the students on their videos themselves. So by the students, for the students, like that, this wasn't particular strategy. So students have created the videos. After creation of the videos, there was an assessment method. So assessment of these videos will have been carried out by a team of 3 faculty members, including the course instructor. Then evaluation criteria was, of course, accuracy of the contents, clarity of the explanation, creativity in the presentation, and adherence to the guidelines given by the instructor. So the correctness, clarity, non-ambiguity of the content were the crucial parts for the evaluating these presentations and the videos. And of course, the usage of these videos by the student themselves. So we have provided peer evaluation, which was employed to promote again the collaborative and collaboration and critical thinking. So students reviewed these videos and provided the constructive feedback on each other's videos. Of course, gamified, so anything without reward will not be recognized. So there were points given to the students that students have scored some of the points based on the quality contributions and achievements and feedback by student themselves. Now, of course, for every experiment, we have to find out the results of this. Now, this study was not a 2-group study because there were not control group and experimental group, because though the teacher was same for consecutive 2 batches, but in the current academic year, activity was integrated with the teaching learning method. But the assessment was for the previous batch, it was online and with only multiple choice question. And for the current batch, the assessment was offline and of course with the regular pattern. So there was no direct comparison, but the average intelligence of both the batches were tested and was same. But we could not say that this batch has excelled in the examination with respect to or as compared to the previous batch. But of course, the result itself of this batch was good. So I cannot say that directly that paper was this experiment lead to this particular success or the result. But we have taken the survey perception of the students, and as it was the video creation by the student, this 80% of the student find this process enjoyable. But while creating, it has been found that many students, like 10 to 20% students, found this particular task as a difficult thing. Though 100% students have created the videos, but writing the scripts while delivering the dialogues or explaining the technical concepts as a part of video, some of the students find it difficult. But as a whole, students found it enjoyable and then shown the interest to create the videos on the other topics for the other courses also. So as students has created their videos, they found it, of course, enjoyable, and it helped them to enhance their conceptual understanding. So as a conclusion, we can say that it is an innovative pedagogical approach to teach the theory of computation through the student-created videos. So this was like it was a shift from teacher-centric to the student-centric strategy. Integration of these videos has been proven to be effective and engaging strategies. It has fostered many collaborations amongst the students, and this was not restricted only for the course. This has been further driven for the next challenges, like the next courses also. So it found better for them in a mini project. And of course, positive feedback and successful utilization of these videos enhanced their motivation and sense of achievement. Thank you.
Ma'am, you have done with like all the concepts of POC, like finite automata, Turing machines, and all. Have you considered all?
No, we have not gone Turing machine for Turing machine, finite automata, then Klein's theorem, and context-free grammar. So type of grammars and so on. PDA and TOC was not covered in that period over there. So
Okay,
when we have
so
introduced this, yeah.
yeah, so like any plans to add them in future scope or like later on?
Of course, you can go for like future scope means again the same students can go for any of the course, or you can go for enhancing creating more videos on PDA and Turing machine, because Turing machine itself is an abstract nature. So if you can show it through simulator, we have done it, that Turing machine and PDA, but not through the student video, because many transitions and memory or the copying part of the Turing machine, I feel that it is difficult, but student can come up with many creativity and their ideas over there. So next time we will try for that.
And ma'am, what challenges you faced during like technical challenges during this entire work?
Actually, technical challenges, I don't think we have faced. Student has faced 10% students, because nowadays students are very much used to with creating reels and so on and videos. So creation of the videos was not a problem as in technicality. Only the content what they have written or the script that they have written, that we have just verified.
Okay, all right. Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation.
Thank you.
Now we can move on to the next presentation. I'd like to call Mr. Kumar Sampurna for his paper titled Fast Bowler Injury Prediction and Rectification System. Sir, can you please start with the presentation?
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning, fellow authors and chairs. Our paper is Fast Bowler Injury Prediction System and Rectification System. Just a minute. I'll just present my screen. Yeah. Okay. So I'm Kumar Sampan. I'm just hold on for yeah. Okay, I'm Kumar Sampur, and our paper is Fast Bowler Injury Prediction and Rectification System. So, coming over to the agenda of the whole presentation, first we'll start off with the introduction. We'll go on to the research cap about how we got to the problem statement and how we can solve the methodology. We'll go over to data set and then results and conclusion. So, introduction. How we all know how data science and data science and analytics has taken over all the domains, including stock market, medical health, pharmacy, and sports as well. Majorly in sports, it plays a very crucial role in decision making bodies, and in cricket, that's our topic. It doesn't only extend to players and venue. It also focuses on how an individual performance of a player can be improved using data science and analytics. For our paper, we are focusing on fast bowlers, as fast bowlers have a very prone to fast bowlers are prone to injury due to their physical demands of their role, and they over the course of the over the course of their bowling career, they tend to face lots of injuries. So we focus on how we can predict the ball, how we can predict and prevent such injuries. Coming over to the literature survey, we reviewed about 20 to 30 papers about fast bowlers and how the injuries can be happen. And we figured out there are like 12 major injuries that can be worked on, that have been explored as of now. And as per our feasibility study, we got to know two of them, that is back injury and ankle injury, would work out good for the paper. Um, yes. Now, towards the data set collection, while looking out for the data set for our whole model, we got to know like there aren't any such data set that are present in globally like available to everyone. So we contacted Cricinfo, ICC, and BCCI, that can we get data sets of bowlers bowling about bowlers bowling, and we can create a data set from that. But apparently, we didn't get a good feedback reply from them. So we ended up creating a data set our own in a standardized manner, where tripod was set and we had like different bowlers coming up and bowling out different manners, so that we can get a diverse data set of the whole action. So what we see over here, bad back left, bad back right, and good back. So since we are focusing on two major injury models, that were back injury and ankle injury, how back injury works is, if a as per our feasibility study and literature survey, when the bowler is bowling and is tilted much towards the inclined towards the left side or the right side, they are tend to face a back injury in a long run. And wherever you see a Jimmy Anderson or a good bowlers, they have a very good back, straight back action, so they don't have that much impact while the landing of the position, and they have a very good career. So going with this theory, we created three data sets, that is bad back left, bad back right, and good back. Now, while preparing a data set for bad back left, the bowlers were purposefully bowling while having their back tilted toward the left side. in case of bad back right, the bowlers were bowling by tilted to the will tilted their backs toward the right side, and the good backs were the bowlers were having a upright back. Now the same logic was extended to the ankle data set. Just a minute, yeah, ankle data set. In this, the ankles were tested to left and right as well as the straight. The whole logic is very similar to how the back and how the back was there, but in this case it was worked with the ankles as the ankle was tilted toward left, right, and straight. Now, coming over to the methodology, since the data set was prepared by ourselves, there was a very thorough data pre-processing system that we went through because it had a lot of bias which we need to eliminate. Now, we tried to eliminate the bias while creating a data set by standardizing it, like keeping a tripod, having a metered camera, like having a metered timing when the bowler should be bowling and everything. But still, there were some biases that need to be accounted for. So there was a thorough data pre-processing technique that was applied, which I'm going to explain further. After that, we have an injury classification model, which tells whether an action is injury prone or non-injury prone, which eventually gets you where if it's in an injury prone action, we're gonna recommend a very good an action which is a good action which is very similar to you, with which you can modify your bowling action and you can bowl for a very long period of time. Coming over to the data pre-processing and preparation of the data set, when we got an image, we change it to YOLO. We pushed it to the YOLO V8 model for object detection and used media by pose estimation both in continuation with one another. So we were able to segment the whole landmarks as well as the person from the whole body. And then we were getting different kinds of image like back image, ankle image, or the knee image. That's a segmentation of the whole image, which we're going to be seeing in the result section of the whole paper. Now, that's for the preparation and pre-processing. Coming over to injury classification model, it's actually a binary classification problem. As for every image, whether it's a back image or an ankle sub part of an image, back image or an ankle image, we push it to a classifier which actually tells if it's an injury prone or non-injury prone. Now, the action recommendation system is actually we change the whole image to a vector of 9,000 key points, and then we do a KNN, and we see actually whenever we encounter a bad image, we make a vector out of it, which is projected to a vectors which are already good vectors. Like good vector, when I say it's a good action image vectors, which are already there, and we do a cosine similarity, and similarly we get top 5 actions which a bowler can choose from, which has a very similar looking which is a very similar, so the bowler don't have to go through a lot of rigorous changes throughout his thing, throughout the whole process, and he can have a better bowling action. Now, again, the data pre-processing, which I already explained, like in the diagrams, I have mentioned it over here, that we use YOLO V8 for object detection along with Google's media pipe library for image segmentation. Then we use CNN for the bowling action classification. VGG16 was our base model, and we used transfer learning for the whole thing. After that, and for the action recommendation system, we were using VGG16 as for the vectorization of the images. Now, coming over to the results, we had a data set of images. After that, we were able to object detect and segment the whole image out of it, pushing that over to the pose estimation, where we segment the ankle as well as the back, which were both used for their individual classifier, whether that's an ankle classifier or a back classifier. This was for the first part, that was data pre-processing and preparation. After that, we went to the second part, that is the model training and prediction, where the pose estimation images were sent to their respective classifiers and which were able to give classification result. Now, in the presented image as of now, since the ankle is in good form, which you can see, the ankle is facing straight. So that's why it's giving a good ankle predicted class is good over here. Whereas in case of the back is tilted towards the left, so it's predicting a bad class. Now, what do we do next is like the model actually tells you, okay, this is the feature plot for the image which I was talking before. Now, if a person is tilted toward the left side, we have similar looking images in the good directory, which is slightly tilted toward left, but they are good because you don't have to be very upright. You can be slightly off, and that's also very well. Uh, that also works out well. That's what the literature survey proposed. So that's why we have a little bit tilt in the good directory as well, which you can see. Now coming over to the ankle image, which you see, it's tilted towards the left side, and we were getting actions which have the ankle in the very upright manner. Now, coming over to the results, the model got an overall accuracy of 90%, and the visual insights from the pose estimation and segmentation techniques were good enough for us to actually get to know, okay, where we are lacking, and we can work on that. Other than one thing, like the model cannot replace the personalized guidance from the certified coaches, but offer a scalable and adaptable solution for various sports. Um, and coming over to the conclusion, it's not that this model is actually going to replace the coaches which are out there and put out make the whole out of it. It can be used along with them. It can be used with people who don't have access to cricket coaching centers. They can use this model to work on their own and see if this thing works out for them. Now, the major limitation of this thing was the data set. The data set, because we had to create a data set our own, which has some bias. We tried to eliminate that in every other step, but again, the data set was the one of the issues. The other issue was that since the model is actually data set independent, so as you give her the data set, it can adapt to that. And yeah, that's all. So future enhancement about the whole thing, the model precision and effectiveness can be increased by using more deep, heavier architectures, or maybe using LSTM and all, which we are focusing for further papers. Okay, that's it. Thank you for the presentation.
Have you considered only fast bowlers, or it also includes the actions of medium fast and spinners as well?
As per our literature survey, the main impact when the bowler feels was while they are landing on their feet, the front leg, and this was majorly for the fast bowlers, as spinners do tend to have injuries, but not comparable to like how fast bowlers have injuries. Fast bowlers tend to have more injuries compared to spinners and medium fast bowlers. So yeah, this was majorly done in thinking of a fast bowler, yeah, excessive fast bowler, like who have a speed of 130 or something, 140 plus.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Moving on next, I'd like to call Mr. Kaila Reddy for his paper titled Generative Image Mapping, Harnessing GANs for Intelligent Image Retrieval and Synthesis. So please, can you start with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second. I will share my screen. I think all people can see.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Good morning. A warm welcome for all the guests and the professors who are being seated on the other side. Myself, Kaila Jagdish Reddy. I am going to present my paper, Generative Image Mapping, Harnessing GANs for Harnessing GANs for Intelligent Image Retrieval and Synthesis. So I'm excited to introduce our research work on generative image mapping, which aims to address key challenges of identification and retrieval of images. Nextly, our agenda for today's presentation is the background of study, what is the reasons for this study, and what are the research gaps, and nextly objective, nextly dataset preparation, methodology, and the generalized explanation of GANs and bidirectional LSTMs, which were used in our methodology. So I would like to give an overview of them, and nextly results and analysis and conclusion. So initially, I'll go with the background of the study. If you see today, text to generation is a subdomain of text to image synthesis, which is crucial for public safety applications like in forensic departments, where a criminal can do some activity and can escape, but whereas the persons who's there at the site may identify him but cannot they give the information to the police, as they have seen the image of them. Now here you with there is a gap, like the main important time after a criminal incident is the next 3 hours or next 4 hours past the incident. So that place is basically uh, removed by our project. Like the portrait making is basically removed by using the generative AI, which which do make images with great quality. Nextly, we went for image making using GANs. Why GANs actually? Why? Because see, if you see, there are many image making softwares like variational autoencoders and diffusions and GANs. Majorly, these three are basically used in the today's world market and industry. But if you go for VAS and diffusioners, we have like we can't get realistic images. We do get images, but with those images won't be realistic as we see the today's outer world, like a person image. Our major work or research is based on human faces, so we need to get the realistic images. But whereas we're using VAs and diffusion softwares, we do not get. And actually, GANs do give very good quality where the others lack. So we went for GANs. And the next other research gap which is present here today is the many softwares which do use GANs and give images, but they do lack at the auto, like they do lack in the text encoding softwares. Like they do use predefined text encoders which result in less accurate and less efficient face image generation. Why? Because the predefined text encoders do do not actually give some good, like the accurate semantic vector which should be given for the GAN. So we prepared our own bidirectional LSTM which will be used in our project. Nextly, the objective of project is this research proposes a fully trained GAN where both the text encoder and image and decoder are trained simultaneously. This is one major novelty which do give more accurate images. Actually, additionally, a new dataset is created by combining LFB syllabi and locally prepared dataset. That means locally prepared dataset is nothing but the images we took from Google, and we have given labels with image labels according to their defined classes. The classes here basically mean to the image features. Like a person image is there, a face image of a person is there where he is beard, or his skin is colored white, or he has big mustache. In this way, these are defined to be classes in this PPT. The goal is to achieve more accurate and efficient text to face generation, producing high quality realistic face images based on text input. Next, relevance to the study. Our study majorly can be used in forensics in the real world market perspective. And actually, research question. The novelty lies is the use of fully trained generative adversarials. This is another novelty which our research has, is where the research are done in this perspective or in this market are based on conditional GANs which they are convolutional GANs, like they do upsampling and downsampling, but they do in between the layers they are not densely connected. By densely connecting, even though there will be a high complexity in training and all these things, but we do get accurate results. This is another major novelty. Nextly, our data set is a combination of three data sets basically. One is from Kaggle, one is from another website in the internet, and the third is prepared by us. And in both other two data sets, what we got from the internet also, they do not have a text-based prompt, which has a very good features. Like they do not have a text-based prompt. So from the image we got from the data set, we prepared a text-based prompt in order to train during our test. So and the data which we took on a whole has 15 classes like black, white, fat. Like these are basically distinguishing the person's face methodology. Nextly, methodology. The methodology here major lies is the GAN algorithm was used to decode images and bidirectional LSTM was used to encode text. Both models will be combined to decode images based on the input text. And bidirectional LSTM will map
Excuse me, sir. Just a
Yes, yes.
gentle reminder. 7 minutes are over. Can you please wrap up?
Okay, guy, I'll wrap up. I'll wrap in next 2 minutes. Bidirectional system will map each input of the sentence to a related image and then get trained to generate an image decoding output. Input text will be converted into a vector. This will be done by the bidirectional LSTM. And nextly, these bidirectional, after getting the semantic vector, we do use the semantic vector to get an image from the generator, where the image will be generated by the generator and the discriminator will be comparing with the real world images which are there in the data set, and it will describe whether it is fake or real, and thereby the ecosystem will be building such that a trained model will be created in such that generator could generate an accurate and good image. Nextly, this is the two kinds of models which are there in the GAN, the generator and the discriminator. The main tasks of generator are converting noise into data, the noise from the latent space into data, and mimicking real trained data, and improving through adversarial feedback. When the discriminator tries to tell an image is fake, the generator learns from that and this is not an image, and it changes its vectors. Nextly, the discriminator main tasks are distinguish between real and fake image. For real world data, it outputs a high probability. For fake data, it outputs low probability. Provides feedback to generator through gradients. And nextly, bidirectional LSTM. Why we use this bidirectional LSTM rather than LSTM is because to get a good semantic vector which could access for each step the forward and the backward and the forwards both sentences, and could get us good semantic vector, so which could be used for to generate an image. Nextly, our results are these. We compare our the metrics we use for the result comparison are FID and FSD score. The FSD score is of 1.118 and the FID score of 42. The FSD score basically tells the semantic features or the geometry of the face generated, and nextly FID score tells the quality. I know the quality is bit low, but the geometry is approximately very good. And nextly, and the conclusion, in summary, our work successfully demonstrated the capabilities of our model to generate synthetic images with reduced versatility scores compared to real images. This indicates a high level of realism and accuracy in generated data. However, there is a room for improvement, particularly in enhancing the model performance further. To achieve this, the further work will be focusing on deployment model in real world settings such as forensics labs and crime investigations. This practical application could provide valuable insights and drive refinements to the system, ultimately leading to better results in the real world scenario. And these are my research team, myself, Adyan Adu Koluru, Sindhusi, and Arun Prakash sir. And I would like to thank all my team members. Nextly, I would like to thank the ICT conference for giving this valuable opportunity. And I am here to take the questions.
Yep. No questions from my side. Risha, we can proceed.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for the presentation.
Thank you.
Moving on next, I'd like to call Rashmi Dikshit ma'am for her paper titled Interactive Tree-Based Zero Knowledge Protocol for Securing Auditing Check. Ma'am, please can you start with your presentation?
Thank you. Can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So, good morning, one and all. Myself, Rashmi Dikshit, presenting here a presentation on interactive tree-based zero-knowledge protocol for secure auditing check. So, all of you aware that what are the different methods of security in a cloud computing? When we are saying cloud computing, we require three things: confidentiality, authorization, and integrity. And there are different methods like data encryption, access control, security protocol, policies for providing security in cloud computing. I think there is no need to much introduction on how data encryption work, how access control provide authentication and authorization, how the protocols are implemented. we will move directly towards the interactive zero knowledge protocol. Here is a methodology. Now, three things are important here. The one is data owner, the second one is prover, and the third one is verifier, which is also work as trusted third party or semi-trusted third party. Now, how it actually works? We will go first to the next slide. Now, whenever the data owner upload data in the cloud, it is in the form of file and the data is away from the owner. Now, how that particular protocol will work to check the integrity. The file is divided into the parts or the chunks. Each chunk has its own hash, which is concatenated with the hashes of its immediate children. So you can see here the tree structure 111, 112, and we have considered the minimum size of the chunk is 4 kilobyte. Now, whatever the, for example, file is taken, it is divided into 8 chunks. Now, come back to the algorithm. Now, how it will work? There are three things as we have discussed previous. Data owner who upload the file into the cloud. The file is divided into the chunks. The encryption, all the access control methods are already provided to provide the confidentiality, authorization, and authentication. The protocol primarily or mainly works for the integrity. So after the protocol will run in a periodic cycle way. Here, the verifier create the challenge. For the creation of the challenge, so at the time of uploading, the owner compute or the find out the public knowledge, which will work as a S, that is a hash of the decrypted file. Here, the S, that is the some mathematical calculation is find out where n is as a constant and S dash is sent to the third party verifier, which is a software application already uploaded in the cloud and running periodically to check the integrity. Now the file is divided into the chunks. Verifier creates challenge by selecting random tree branch, that is one of the file chunk with random number R, and send the same to the prover. Now what prover does? The prover finds the H, that is a hash of the branch, then calculate the P, that is one of the which will act as the knowledge between verifier and prover, and sends that to the verifier, and verifier now check with A is equal to B by calculating with the formula whichever it got from the because of the P, R, and S. Now here is a one, that is a confidence per iteration is when variable is used, which is either increase or decrease for each iteration depending upon the whatever the value we get after checking A is equal to B. A third party plays the important role to guarantee the security and integrity of the data kept in the cloud when it comes to the cloud computing. Regarding the file integrity verification, the third party auditor conducts the impartial evaluation to confirm that the file haven't been tampered with or changed without authorization. And here is what I have seen when we are comparing the challenge time between whatever the existing zero knowledge protocol and Libra, we can see that the challenge time is less as compared to the previous two. Same for the verifier time. Verifier time is also less as compared with the existing zero knowledge protocol and Libra, and the same for the response time. Response time is less as compared with the previous one, that is existing zero knowledge protocol and Libra. Now here one important difference between the zero knowledge protocol and interactive tree-based zero knowledge protocol. Zero knowledge protocol is calculated or applied to the complete file. And here in tree-based zero knowledge protocol, as we discussed, the file is divided into the tree to increase the confidentiality as well as to provide the correct answer after the iteration. And because of that one variable which we use, confidence, we can see that as the chances of the attack increase, the number of iteration to gain the confidence is also increased. We can conclude with a zero knowledge interactive tree based technique in which the two participants in the authentication process are prover and verifier. The prover or one side obtains from saying anything that would make the secret's confidentiality more vulnerable. The prover just need to show the verifier that it is aware of a secret without telling the other portion of the system, and the discussion are not meant to uncover or betray any secret. Only after exchanging the message will the verifier know whether the prover is the possession of the secret. So these are the madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh.
Rashmi ma'am, which encryption techniques have been used and what is the key size?
Advanced encryption technique is used, and what means it is used for the 16 round, and the key size is as per the advanced encryption technique. So that is already secure. So I don't think that there is a need to change the encryption algorithm.
Okay. And AES is asymmetric or symmetric
Not,
key?
not. Advanced encryption technique. It is a actually it is a symmetry.
Oh, thank you. Risha, we can proceed.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for the presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
Moving on to the next presentation. I'd like to call Mr. Shailesh Kahane for his paper titled Research Study on the Potential Threats and Challenges of Additional Data Security, Security Measures and Protocols Faced by Organizations in Cloud Environment. So please can you start with the presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So good morning, everyone and respected panel. I'm presenting my paper. My paper ID is 39, Research Study on the Potential Threats and Challenges of Additional Data Security, Security Measures and Protocols Faced by the Organization in the Cloud Environment. I am the faculty of School of Allied Sciences, Datta Mege Institute of Higher Education and Research, Savangi Mege Wardha. The research authors are me, Shailesh Gahane, Dr. Deepak Sharma, and Pankaj Kumar Anavade, sir. The contents over here is introduction, research background, research gap, need of study, objective of research, research fact findings, conclusion, and the references. Now, the introductory part, the security issues of the cloud computing are examined in this paper. So by using a cloud computing architecture, user can access the protocols of shared computer resources on demand or for a fee. So cloud-based computing offers both individuals and the business numbers of benefits in terms of capital investments and the reduction of operating cost. So here the cloud computing adoption is nevertheless constrained by the number of issues despite by the benefits over here. So basically security is an important issue that is frequently considered over here in this paper. The computing paradigm has detrimental impact without these essential components. So which leads to the suffering of the personal, ethical, as well as economic level over here. The security challenges that cloud companies must address are the focus in this research paper actually. So in this paper, we have proposed the concerns about the challenges about the data security faced by the organizations. Here we have made to the different medical organizations. Actually, my study is of 5 years old. From last 5 years, I'm going to do the study, and I have visited to the different medical centers, medical hospitals over here, and my PhD on this topic also. So this is the initial study which is I have presented my paper over here. So in this paper, we have proposed the concerns about the challenges about the data security faced by the organizations, the sensitive and the confidential data storage, the security measures and their protocols securing the in the data in the cloud environment. So the level of transparency provided by the cloud service providers. And last but not the least, the additional security measures or the technologies to address the data security challenges in the cloud environment with respect to the medical centers over here. In the medical hospitals, there is IT department. So we have taken the different types of contents over here. Basically cloud computing deployment model, and these are the service model which talks about many peoples are knowing these are the some public cloud model, private cloud model, community based cloud model, and the hybrid one. So basically here SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS is coming over here as a cloud service model. SaaS is for end users. So it is software as a service model over here. So here software as a service model, the market of the software service model is expanding quickly. So software as a service model makes use of internet to offer the client side user interface for the program that are managed by the external suppliers. Then PaaS is a middle layer over here that is for application developers. So basically PaaS tells us the subtypes of the cloud computing, gives the customer access to the management and the development and the execution of the environment without forcing them to set up them and maintain the necessary hardware infrastructure in the cloud-based environment. And the last one is that is called as, this is the actual important layer, talks about the infrastructure as a service, that is called as IaaS. So it is for infrastructure and the network architecture, which allows user to monitor and the manage the compute, the virtualized and the bare metal storage and the network infrastructure and the distance different data centers talks about in this particular model. So these are the two basic cloud deployment models as well as service models over here. Now research background. So here we have studied about the list of potential threats to particular cloud computing. So first research background I have heard about in the abuse of cloud services. Second one is exploited system vulnerabilities we have worked on. And third one is hacked interface as well as different application programming interface we have worked on. Now the summary of research gap over here, we have find it out and with this paper, we are going to represent the three research gap analysis according to the literature survey. So first research gap is there is a lack of tracing related to the SaaS application, because in the medical hospitals, different softwares used by the department. So there is a lack of tracing related to SaaS applications. Data is not going to be shared with the different departments. Then there is a lack of observations on the data loss prevention policies. Policies are not defined up to the mark, which is required for the medical environment, which is required for the IT department. And third one is there is a lack of recognition of account takeovers. Means there, if there is a one ID over, it is going to be created. So that particular ID is not going to be traced after some years. So here the need of the study. So the cloud applications and the data will always be accessible in a dependable manner, enabling us to promptly address by the possible security issues. Following key issues over here. So basically we have find it out the need of this in the need of the study. The incident response we need, then the governance or risk management and the legal issues related challenges over there. And last but not the least, that is called as data security and the encryption technology, which is the need of the study over here, which is the need of the paper over here. So objective of the research paper is that to access the challenges in the data security faced by the organization in the cloud environment and the storage of the sensitive or confidential cloud data. Second one is to familiar with the security measures and their protocols for securing the data in the cloud and the degree to which cloud service providers transparency satisfied them. And third one is to know the fact about the organization facing challenges in meeting regulatory requirements when we are going to store the data in the cloud environment, and when we are going to investigate the additional data security measures or the technological to address the data security challenges in the cloud environment. The third objective is to know about the security challenges about the data confidentiality, authenticity, that IT department should know, IT head should know over here. So we have made the different IT departments in the medical organization, and we have get the consents over here. So according to this research paper, these are the some research fact findings over here. And based on the research fact findings, we have made the objectives of our research work. So first question we have floated over there. So total 109 responses I got. And actually, to be very frank, near about 150 organizations we have made to their different departments, and we have made to different IT departments which is associated with the medical organization, like physiotherapy department is something different, pediatric department is something different. So these are the some different departments over here, and we have collected the total 109 responses. So first research finding over here, does this survey aims to assess the challenges in the data security faced by the organization in the cloud environment? So here 15.6% consents over here for the no, they are not knowing about the what data security they are facing. But yes, on a positive side, 84.4 respondents are agreed for the whatever the data security and the challenges they are going to face. Second one is, does your organization store sensitive data or confidential data in the cloud? So here 36.7 respondents, they are not agreed to store the sensitive as well as the confidential data, which is very big and the crucial thing over here. But over here, 63% respondents are agreed. They are going to store the sensitive data and the confidential information over here. Third, next one is, are you familiar with the various security measures and the protocols available for securing the data in the cloud? So here there is a 45% they are not knowing the security measures, what protocols they are going to follow, how they are going to secure the data, they are not knowing. But 55% respondents are agreed for the various security measures over here. Next one is, are you satisfied with the level of transparency provided by the cloud service provider regarding their security practices? So here we got to know that whatever the cloud security provider over there, whether it is IBM, whether it is Amazon, whether it is Salesforce, so they are not knowing. 32.1% they are not agreed for the disclosure of the cloud service companies provided for the security procedures. But yes, 67.9% respondents are there. They have agreed for the level of transparency over here. Then the next question, does your organization face challenges in meeting regulatory requirement when storing the data in the cloud environment? So here 33% they are not agreed, but on a positive side, 67% respondents organizations are facing challenges in meeting regulatory requirements when they are going to store the data on the cloud. So here 67% medical departments are there. They are still facing the particular challenges over here. Next one is, are you actively exploring and
Sir, just a gentle reminder that
Yes,
7 minutes are over. Can you
Yes.
please wrap up?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. So these are the some consents we have received based on the different questionnaire. And here my conclusion, or according to this particular paper conclusion, is what many organizations have begun to offer the cloud-based solutions to their clients for making the security and the primary goals over here. So this paper focuses on the different threats on the cloud computing security issues with respect to the cloud environment, and we have founded the research gap in the cloud applications also with the different cloud service models and the other network cyber security like model over here. So with this paper, we are going to conclude the security vulnerabilities which is present in the cloud architecture, the risk management, the legal challenges in the data security, as well as the encryption approaches in the particular medical departments. So total references over here 21, but actually we have near about 36 paper referred. So 21 papers we have considered over here. That's it from my side. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to present my views, which is I'm doing from last 5 years. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, any questions, sir?
No questions, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the presentation, sir. Moving on next, I'd like to call Ms. Payal Khode, ma'am, for her paper titled Identification of Cloud Data Security Confidentiality Protocols and Level of Compliance with Privacy Regulations in Handling Pediatric Healthcare Records. Ma'am, please can you start with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, it is
Yes.
visible.
So good morning everyone and respected panel. My name is Payal Khode and I am paper presented in 9th International Conference on ICT for Sustainable Development, ICT4SD 2024 Goa, India. Paper ID 367. Title of the paper is the Identification of Cloud Data Security, Confidentiality Protocol and Level of Compliance with the Privacy Regulation in Handling Pediatric Healthcare Records. Authors guided by Professor Shailesh Gahani, Dr. Pratik Verma and I am Payal Khode, student of MCA 4th semester, Faculty of Science and Technology, DMI HRTU. The content of the PPT are introduction, literature review, research gap, need of study, proposed methodology, objective of research and conclusion and references. In the part of introduction, this in digital era, electronic health record have improved healthcare access and coordination, but also raise significant privacy and security concern. Ensuring patient privacy and preventing unauthorized access to personal information is crucial. EHR being more vulnerable due to their digital format and internet connectivity require effective safeguard like encryption, firewalls, and technical privacy control. Balancing security with accessibility is essential to maintain patient trust and comply with a legal standard. This healthcare sector must adopt the best practices for EHR security to protect patient information and the future of healthcare. In this diagram, provide an overview of secure child healthcare management system, focusing on the integration and importance of electronic health record and the necessary security measures. The central system connect various elements such as the EHR system, legal and ethical considerations, security measures, and the benefits of secure EHR system. It emphasizes the need for implementation of privacy and security protocol to ensure data integrity and patient confidentiality, ultimately enhance the quality of child healthcare services. In our literature survey, we evaluate 36 papers selecting 24 as per core paper relevant to our research topic. This presentation features in-depth review of these core papers, including the best paper which was published at premier international conferences aligned with perfectly with our research objective. First paper title is Integrating Clinical Decision Support into the Electronic Health Record System using a novel platform. Authors concluded that our study aims created and implement an EHR agnostic framework for integrating clinical decision support tools, eliminating the technical constraint of EHRs and enabling the use of single set of tools across any EHR. In second paper title is Privacy, Confidentiality and Security of Healthcare Information. Authors concluded that this paper emphasizes the ease of breaching healthcare information, confidentiality and the importance of adhering to the Caldwell principle. Healthcare professional must ensure the privacy, confidentiality, and security of electronic health record. In, in third paper title is Security Framework for Cloud-Based Electronic Health Record EHR System. Authors concluded that this research proposed a security framework for EHR system that ensure the integrity, accessibility, and confidentiality of medical records. Fourth paper title is Securing and Privacy Preserving for Electronic Health Record using two-phase scheme. Authors concluded that a two-phase privacy preserving security scheme for EHR store in cloud is a purpose, but the scheme is not suitable for the use of medical data. In fifth paper title, Information Security Protection for e-health record using temporal hash signature, author concluded that it highlight current EHR security shortcoming and proposed using a temporal hash signature to enhance data security, emphasizing the need for detailed data control policies and role-based access attribute. In existing research, often overlook the unique need of pediatric healthcare data, focusing more on general security and privacy. Many studies do not address the specific challenges of protecting data for children, such as the need for specialized security measures and real-time monitoring. Our study filled the gap by creating trail security protocol and privacy control, specifically for a pediatric record, ensuring better protection and compliance with the regulation designed for children. There is a critical need to focus on pediatric healthcare data security due to its unique challenges and sensitivity. Existing systems often lack of trail security measures and privacy control for a children's data, leaving a gap in protection and compliances. This study aimed to address this issue by developing specialized protocol and advanced technology to ensure that pediatric healthcare records are securely managed and protected in accordance with the relevant regulations. Objective for the paper. First objective is to evaluate current data security protocols in child healthcare management system, and second one is objective to assess the level of compliances with the privacy regulation handling children's medical record. And third and last is to identify the best practices and strategy for enhancing data and confidentiality in child healthcare management system. In this methodology, to protect privacy and confidentiality in child healthcare, key consideration including implementing strict access control to limit data access, maintaining audit log and monitoring to track and detect unauthorized access, minimizing data collection to only what is necessary, establishing business associate agreement with the third parties to ensure compliances and providing through the staff training on privacy practices and policies. These steps are crucial for safeguarding sensitivity health information and ensuring adherence to privacy regulation. In this figure, legal and ethical consideration for patient privacy and confidentiality involve practices to protect health information. The privacy rule ensuring data confidentiality is the secure rule mandate safeguard for electronic information, and the breach notification rule require prompt
Ma'am,
reporting of
just a
data
gentle
breaches.
reminder, 7 minutes are over. Can you please wrap up?
Okay, ma'am. This implementing of security measures for child healthcare data managing involves several keys for practices: user authentication, encryption, secure data, physical security, security audit and compliances, and data backup and disaster recovery. In conclusion, managing child healthcare and medical record well as vital for ensuring young patient health with the accurate data and informed decision. Protecting that privacy and confidentiality of children's health data is a key to maintaining trust and keeping information safe. This paper stressed the importance of strong security measures like encryption and access control to protect data and prevent unauthorized access. It also highlights the need to follow legal and ethical guidelines to respect patient privacy rights. By focusing on these practices, healthcare professional can create a safer and more secure environment for a child healthcare. In this references, total refer 24 papers, out of which I mentioned 5 research papers in this PPT. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present my paper. Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, which form exactly this data exists? Child healthcare and all.
Sir, is it store in a cloud?
Is it images? No, no, it is images or is it text data or like in what form the data exists?
Data is a encrypted form, sir.
No, but either it
Encrypted
is
data.
images or is it
No, sir.
all
Is
right?
it Excel sheet?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Risha, we
Thank
can
you.
go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for the present. Ma'am, you have another presentation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You can continue with that.
Okay, ma'am.
Are you starting?
Yes, ma'am. Just a
Okay.
minute. My screen is visible, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, yes, it's visible. You can start.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Payal Khode. I'm paper present in 9th International Conferences on ICT for Sustainable Development, ICT4SD 2024, Goa, India. Paper ID 104. Title of the paper is The Design and Implementation of Cloud-Based Pediatrician Healthcare Management System with respect to needs and challenges of children aged from 5 to 15 years. Authors guided by Professor Shailesh Gahane, Dr. Deepak Sharma, and Dr. Pankaj Kumar Anavade. And I am Payal Khodwi, student of MCA 4th semester, Faculty of Science and Technology, DMI HRDU. The content of the PPT are this content of my PPT, and next is introduction. The innovative solution is design enhance pediatric healthcare through the use of advanced cloud technology, ensuring better health management, improve patient outcome, and streamline healthcare process. Child healthcare management presents unique challenges, particularly in ensuring accurate and timely treatment. In this diagram shows the architecture of cloud-based child healthcare management system works. Patient, doctors, and admins use different interface to log in or register. For security, an OTP one-time password is sent to their mobile number and email ID. The system has a notification system to send important update and a security layer for protection. Inside the system, there are modules for managing health record, EHR scheduling, doctor appointments, and analyzing data. All information stored safely in a database which is hosted on the cloud to make sure the system is reliable and can grow as a needed. We conducted an extensive literature survey studying 36 papers in total. Out of this, we identified 24 base papers that highly relevant to our topic. In this presentation, we delve into 5 of these key papers, highlighting one by one standout papers publishing at international level, which we consider the best fit for our research. First paper title is Artificial Intelligence-Based Clinical Decision Support in Pediatrics. Authors concluded that AI-based clinical decision support leverage machine learning to improve predictive accuracy. And second paper title is Securing Shareable Electronic Health Record on Cloud Storage. Authors concluded that architecture utilizing attribute-based encryption to securely store and share EHR data in the cloud, ensuring that only authorized individual can access critical patient information. In third paper title is multi-agent system-based medical diagnosis using particular spam optimization in healthcare. Study proposes a generic architecture that integrate intelligence swarm with a multi-agent healthcare system to enhance therapy delivery. In fourth paper title, Edge Computing-based secure health monitoring framework for electronic healthcare system. Paper proposes a secure framework for smart healthcare system based on the surface of technology designed to monitor in real time while ensuring the privacy and security of medical records. In fifth paper title, Deep Learning Based Cloud Computing Technique for Patient Data Management. Authors concluded their study focused on data classification with machine learning and storage, reviewing previous research to design effective system. And this slide highlights the key aspect of existing study on healthcare data security, cover various aspects like a multi-agent system, edge computing, deep learning, IoT, and blockchain technology. However, they generally lack a focus on the unique needs of pediatric healthcare such as age-specific telemedicine integration, mental health support, user-friendly interface for children, and specific privacy and security concern. Our research addresses this gap by developing a comprehensive cloud-based healthcare management system specifically designed for children 5 to 15, ensure robust data security, privacy, and compliance with the pediatric regulation. This slide compares current study with our proposed research. Existing study focus on technology like multi-agent system, edge computing, and AI, but often overlook the specific need of children. They also lack of effective telemedicine integration, detailed pediatric user interface, and mental health support. In contrast, our research aimed to develop a cloud-based design specifically for a children aged 5 to 15 with the features of telemedicine, enhanced privacy and security, a user-friendly interface, and support for both physical and mental health, offering a comprehensive approach to managing pediatric healthcare. Objective for this research to design and propose a user-friendly child healthcare management system trailed to meet the unique needs of children aged from 5 to 15 years and investigate for specific health needs and challenges. In proposed methodology, there are key components of electronic health records store all of child medical history in one place, helping doctor makes better decision during visit. Appointment scheduling tools let parents book and change appointment easily with reminders sent to their phones. Medication management system track prescription and send alert when it's time to take a medicine, like a reminding a child with asthma to their inhaler. Vaccination management keeps tracks on immunization, reminding parents and doctors when a shot are due to tracking any miss one care coordination. Tools helps the doctor, parents, and caregivers share important information, ensuring everyone is on the same page, like a doctor sharing allergy info with a school nurse. Reporting and analytics create a report and look at the health data to find trend and improve care, such as spotting pattern in childhood obesity to plan health programs. There are key consideration and action involved in a successful implementation of child EHR. As a MCA student, we have taken the initiative to implement a child EHR system at our nearby AVBRH Hospital, Varda, Maharashtra, and nearby small villages hospital to enhance regional healthcare outcome. The process involves several key steps. Our process begins with a needs assessment to identify specific requirement for children's healthcare. When then evaluate and select the best EHR vendor based features, cost, and support. Next, we ensure the secure transfer of existing patient data and customize the EHR system to fit the hospital workflow. Comprehensive training is provided to all staff with extra focus on those for rural background. We throughout test the system and integrate it with others hospital system before launching it. Ongoing support and update are provided to keep the system effective and up to date. In this conclusion, this research focuses on developing a cloud-based healthcare management system specifically for a children aged 5 to 15, a key period for growth and development. The goal is to address the unique physical, mental, and emotional needs of this age group by creating a system that offers through assessment, secure and data management, and efficient monitoring. The study will review current system to identify areas improvement, ultimately aiming to enhance care and support the overall well-being and development of children in this age range. In this references, total refer 24 papers, out of which I mentioned 5 research paper in this PPT. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to present my paper.
Thank you. Sir, any questions?
Thank you. No questions from my side.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the presentation. Moving on next, I'd like to call Mr. Shailesh Gohane for his paper titled The Study of Security Issues and Challenges in Big Data with Cloud Environment in Organization. So can you please start?
Sure, ma'am. My screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so thank you so much, ma'am. So I'm presenting this second paper that in the 9th edition ICT4SD. So paper ID is 40, the study of security issues and challenges in the big data with cloud environment in organization. In the previous paper, we have focused to the different set of policies provided by the service provider and the different protocols faced by the organizations. In this paper, we are going to focus on the security issues, especially we are addressing the security issues and the challenges in the big data with cloud environment in the organization. So basically, of the research paper, research fact findings, conclusion, and the references. So here, basically the big data simply refers to the extremely large amount of data using 5 V's, volume, velocity, veracity, etc. The typical data qualities can be explained over here. So the computer system on demand accessibility to the resources, especially data storage and the processing power, is what is simply referred to as cloud computing over here. Users of the cloud computing commonly have access to use, work on, and the changes to their work while connecting with the different types of peer. So here basically big data talks about the digital security is one of the most crucial element today. Security is visually essential when dealing with the huge data set since it contains the private information, code words, the passwords that if compromised might have the disastrous effect over here. So here the system nodes for the authentication, encryption, access control, etc. may run into the number of issues, including ones involving the data storage, transmission, security, processing, and the quality over here. So here cloud computing is one of the cloud computing and the big data have the application in a variety of industries, including management, finance, IT industries over here. So users may work whenever it's convenient for them, and thanks to the cloud computing and the big data, which is delivers the expertise and the particular information over here. So this research paper, we are going to focus on the various patterns of big data, the big data collaboration with the cloud environment, and then the data processing, which is done on the management level, and discussing about the issues and the challenges of the big data in the cloud environment also. So with this paper, the objective of the research paper is to know the improvement of the decision making process in the organization and the real-time analytics to gain the insights from the data, and it is generated from the outside of the world. So data governance policies to ensure that the data quality and the security and the usage of machine learning algorithm. There are so many algorithms over there, like RS and different algorithms over here. So supervised data and the semi-supervised data we have to work on, and then we are going to do the data analysis and the leveraging of the big data analysis to enhance the customer experience as well as their engagement in the challenges in the recruiting and the retaining the skills of the big data analysis and the data scientists over here. So basically in the literature review, I have mentioned over here 4 to 5 literature review over here. So first literature review based on the Hadoop based secure data storage solution for the big data in the cloud computing environment. Here finding is the big data and the storage is a secure, is based on Hadoop, and we combine the SDFS federation to accomplish the dual challenge storage. So SDFS uses high availability mechanism over here with this particular big data. And the remark of the scholar is Hadoop is the common big data architecture in the context of the cloud computing technologies to employs data exposed to multiple security risks due to the particular disappears storage dangers. And we look to how the big data storage using the Hadoop architecture over here. The second paper is talks about the multi-ranked encryption with the enhanced security in the cloud computing in the digital communication and networks. It is presented over here. So here the finding the suggested method employs the randomized keywords to shield users' interest keywords from the both external advertisements as well as the honest but curious trader generating the centers over here. So this stops the attacker from the knowing whether to searches the content the same keyword or not over here. So remark over here is each encrypted keyword has its own unique, and we provide a system for managing several encrypted keywords from each data owner over here. So we are not going to track over here with the keyword over here. The third paper talks about the mobile cloud computing for the computation offloading using applications partitions algorithms over here. So this paper will address the benefits of the disadvantages of adopting the cloud software for the large data processing over here. So additionally, it offers through analysis of the available large-scale data platforms, categorize them according to the big data scientific standards. So remark over here is cloud computing is a promising options for the purpose, even though conventional storage and the computing solutions cannot fulfill the requirements of the big data applications, which is related to mobile apps. The fourth one is privacy preservation models for the third-party auditor over cloud computing. This is the survey-based paper we have found it over here. So in this particular research work, we discussed the most recent privacy preserving model over here, PPM, for the cloud computing that are built to the TPA, discuss on the 3 TPA issues importance over here. And here remark is, although there is no doubt that cloud computing has developed, but some users still have the reservations about the degree of security adoptions and the challenges that keeps them for fully relying on this advantageous technologies over here. So basically with this particular literature survey, we have found out some research gap over here. So here is the research gap with the big data and the cloud environment is a big data paradigm, metered pay per use features as per cloud computing model. Then there is a data sharing, scalability, elasticity, simple, and to update on the hand in the cloud. So there are numerous difficulties like privacy and security problems with respect to the data and the cloud environment. Then second research gap over here is there is a lagging of pay-per-use features in the cloud because the massive amount of data, there is a lack of data sharing. There is a lack of scalability as well as the elasticity in the data. We cannot the organization cannot able to do the unsupervised data into the supervised format. So because of the internet slow connectivity and the adapting of the data is not possible on the regular and the timely basis. So there are some objectives which we have found it over here related to security purpose. So to know the improvement, the first objective is to know the improvement decision-making process in the organization and the real-time analytics to gain insights from the data as it is generated from the outside of the world. Second objective is to know the data governance policies to ensure the data quality and the security usage of machine learning algorithm for the data analysis. And third one is to leverage the data analytics to enhance the customer experience and their engagement for the skilled big data analytics and the data scientists over here. So again, we have taken the consents from the different organizations, which is based on the cloud computing, and they are going to use the big data. So here the first consent is your organization using real-time analytics to gain the insights from the data, and it is generated over here. So 43% of organizations or the 43% departments here, they are not agreed to gain the particular analysis from the different data sets over here. And the 56%, 56.9% organizations are using the real-time analytics to gain the insights from the data over here. Then second questions we have asked to the different department, that is, has your organization implemented the data governance policies to ensure the data quality and the security? So over here, 33.3% respondents are not agreed for the implementation of the data governance policies. But yes, here on a positive side, 67% organizations are implemented the data governance policies in their particular department. Third one is, are you leveraging the big data analytics to enhance the customer experience and the engagement? So here 60, near about 65% customers are using the big data analytics to enhance the customer experience, but 34.7% they are not agreed over here. Next one is, does your organization uses the machine learning algorithm for the data analytics? So here we have find it out near about 50% over here. So 50% organizations are not using the machine learning algorithm, though they are using the cloud computing environment, but they are not using the machine learning algorithm, or they are not aware about the machine learning algorithms over here. So 47.2% they are not agreed, and 52.8% they are agreed over here related to machine learning algorithms, and they're knowing the machine, what are the different supervised sets, what are the different unsupervised sets over here. So 50% count over here. So the next question is, does your organization face scalability issues when dealing with the large volume of data? So 34% or 35% they are not agreed, but yes, out of 72 responses, 65% they are knowing the scalability issues when dealing with the large amount of data. Next question is, does your organization face challenges for recruiting and retaining the skilled big data analyst or data scientist? So this is what related to recruitment, because most of the organizations they are not knowing the machine learning algorithms and all these things. So we have float these questions based on the recruitment of the big data analyst as well as scientists. So here 37.5% they are not agreed, but yes, 62.5% respondents are facing the
Excuse me,
challenge.
sir. Just a
Yes,
gentle reminder, 7 minutes are
sure,
on.
sure. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So here 62.5% facing the challenges for the recruitment and the retaining the skills big data analyst. So here there is a lack of in our market. As per these consents, there is a lack of big data analysts on and the scientists in the market actually. Next one is, are you using the big data analytics to improve the decision making process in your organization? So here we got 45 and 54%. You can see over here. So they are not going to improve, or they are unaware about the decision making process in the organization related to big data analytics. So in conclusion, the cloud computing is a promising options. They are using the cloud computing environment, but because it cannot meet the needs of big data applications, even though conventional storage and the processing solutions they are using, there are numerous inherent features they are using over here with respect to the cloud computing and the big data. So basically this research paper discussing about to know the improvement decision making process in the organization and the real time analysis to gain the insights from the data as it is generated from the outside the world. And the last but not the least, here the cloud is simply network of data centers across the world with access to the internet and their particular fast international communication network. So these data centers are owned by the service providers like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM are there. So they are having the flexibility to scale down as and when needed the power of capacity over here. So these are the some concluding remarks of my paper total papers I have referred over here 26, and I have done the literature. I have mentioned here literature survey of 5 papers. So this is the concluding remarks from my side. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much ICT4SD for giving me this opportunity to present my papers over here. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
So
sir.
any questions are there? So then let me know, ma'am.
No questions from my side.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. So we'll be concluding this. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on the behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during the 9th version and all the previous 8 versions of this conference. We'll be happy to have you in the 10th version in 2025. All the presenters will be given their digital certificates via mail within 2 working days, and further, all the papers have already been forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live in 6 months, so kindly cooperate with the team of ICT4SD 2024. I'd also like to thank our session chair, Dr. Nitin Sakhare sir. This is a token of appreciation from on the behalf of ICT4SD 2024 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you for your valuable presence. And before we leave, I'll request everyone to switch on the cameras for a quick snapshot. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.